morning, my Sakonauts. I'm Sako Tumi, also known as the Witch of Tylwyth Teg, and today we are going into chapter 1 of The House Witch by Arin Murphy-Hiscock. If we haven't met before, I'd like to welcome you to my channel. It's so nice to meet you. If you've been here before, it's so lovely to see you back. I love you guys so much. I'd like to start this morning with a grounding ritual to start your day. This starts in your domain, so if you have not created a domain, you might want to sign up for my newsletter, which is linked below. Sit with your hands in your lap and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it for a moment. And as you let it out completely through your mouth, let go of the tension from the night and the grogginess of the morning. Take another deep breath in, and as you breathe in, imagine you are breathing in pure love. And as you breathe out, imagine you are breathing out forgiveness. Take a third deep breath in, and as you do so, imagine a light coming in at the top of your head. It enters at the top of your head and spreads down over your face, neck, and shoulders. This cleansing light now expands along your back, down your legs, and out through your feet. It is as if cleansing light is a constant flow of soothing energy entering from your head and passing out through the arches of your feet. You are just outside the door of your domain. The air is crisp and cool. The evergreens sway slightly in the breeze, and the ground has a large patch of moss at your feet. Step barefoot onto the moss. Feel how soft it is. Feel the solid ground underneath. That light coming into your head can now be translated into energy that you can send out to your feet. Convert the light into roots and send the roots out the bottoms of your feet and deep into the earth, as deep as you can. The soil is fresh, easy to toil, easy to carve a path down. Feel how anchored you are, how close to the earth. Reach as far down as you can. The earth hugs your roots comfortably, no matter how sharp or curly, no matter how many times they split off. Slowly pull the roots back up the way they came. Your roots slither through the dark, the soil filling in its wake. Pull the roots back into your feet, convert it back to the light, and let the light filter through you and out the top of your head. Take one more deep breath in and begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome. If you're just joining us, we just did our morning grounding ritual. If you are interested in more meditations like this one, but a little more exploratory, you might want to look at subscribing to my Patreon, where I will be releasing 2 a month to help you on your supernatural and spiritual journey. Until then, you can join me for coffee in the mornings here on YouTube. All right, let's see what's up. We got a Ginny. Hello, Ginny. And hello, Christina. Look at all that stuff you're getting done. Jeez Louise. Hi, Allie. How's it going, love? Hi, Christine. Ooh, ASMR grounding ritual. You bet. You bet. Lovely to see you this morning. We're doing the things with the book. La 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 la. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I have 1 cigarette left in my pack, and I'm saving it for after this stream. So I'm like, all right, let's see what's up here. Caring for those outside your home. One of the essential elements of the Hearthcraft path is a presupposition of a community of some kind to care for, whether it be yourself and a pet, your family, or your circle of friends. Most hearth-based house witches gravitate to the path because they feel the need to care for and nurture those who are close to them. A kitchen and a home are places where living people operate and interact. These people are literally the soul of the home, much as the hearth and the fireplace are the heart of the house. As a result, the hearth-based house witch and her work can have a significant impact on her family and extended community as they interact within her space, in her sphere, The energy you maintain in your home will affect them, just as the energy they bring to your spiritual hearth will help to fuel it. Good morning. Hi, Katerina. Bailey just did a little dance. I am not quitting smoking. I'm simply running out. So I do try to extend the time between cigarettes. So I had a half a cigarette when I woke up this morning at 8. And I think 11 or noon would be ideal for the last cigarette in my pack, which is a whole cigarette, thank goodness. And at some juncture, I will get a new pack from my husband. That would be nice. Hearthcraft posits a certain connection to the community. The term community can sometimes be misleading because we often associate it with a collection of people at large from a general area. The term can comprise any collection of people who are associated in a pursuit of a similar goal. Blood isn't the only indicator of those ties. The term kin is sometimes employed to describe those who are members of your blood family unit, but the term akin means something of someone essentially similar. People who have interests or philosophies akin to yours, with whom you have a spark of connection, and whom you invite into your home constitute a community of sorts as well. You may have close friends who hold special places in your heart, like-minded individuals who support and love you. In essence, they are family without blood or legal ties. chosen family. Hi, Tiara. Lovely, lovely, lovely to see you. What time is it where you are? Geez. Chosen family is the term often used to describe this circle. Chosen family is one such example of a close circle or community for whom your hearthcraft practices resonate in some way, whether they consciously know of your spiritual focus or not. Caring for them in emotional and physical ways, the supportive phone call, the cup of tea, the casserole in times of stress, is another way in which hearthcraft expresses itself. Caring for family and community to foster an environment that supports healthy growth and development at all levels is one of the things a house witch does. I hearken to say that we are chosen family. I would like to say that the Discord server is like super chosen family. The path of nurturing and nourishing. The path of the house witch is rooted in the parallel paths of nurturing and nourishing. What do those words mean? The Oxford English Dictionary defines to nurture as to rear and encourage the development of a child, to cherish a hope, belief, or ambition. Hi, MB Webster. So lovely to see you. The Discord flip side is 100. I should just rename it the flip side. I think that would be cute. MB! Yes, you too. So glad to have you in my life. For reals. It's so lovely to be here. Yay! Also, you too, Katarina. For reals. Flip side is wonderful. I thought I had been named or renamed the flip side. Just unofficially. Currently, it is still the Sako Sanitarium. However, we can totally rename it the flip side, if you guys agree on that. All right, let's see. The noun is defined as the action or process of nurturing, upbringing, education, and environment as a factor determining personality. That's interesting. It defines to nourish as to provide with the food or other substances necessary for growth and health, to keep a feeling or belief in one's mind for a long time. These two definitions describe a lot of hearthcraft in a nutshell. Hi, Raven. You were nasty in Jace's stream? What'd you do? Raven, what'd you do? I don't think anybody would be opposed to naming it the flip side. Cool. I know what you meant. I think sanitarium fits as well, though. Flip side could be code for, hey, witches, come to the Discord. Also would be down to calling it the flip side, though. Oh, we were all pretty dirty mouthed at Chase's stream yesterday. Okay. Jesus' stream yesterday was off the rails. I see. It was pretty sexually explicit stream yesterday. When I say nasty, I mean incredibly dirty. Okay. So you are feeling embarrassed about how graphic it might have been yesterday? Is that what's going down? If you wish to be quiet today, I honor that. Absolutely. All right. Providing both physical and environmental sustenance to support growth, health, and development. Yes. Hearthcraft seeks to nourish and nurture on a spiritual level as well as physical level. Let's explore why the basics of caring for someone are so important. Just very tired from the level of overshare I indulged in. Have to watch the replay. Indeed. The power of basic needs. Hello, husband.
I'm being bored to death.
I'm so sorry. He's got convocation, which means basically how to be a teacher and prepare yourself for classes that happen next week and all of that jazz. He is a professor. Food and shelter are two of the most basic things an individual requires in order to live a good life. The concept of hearth and home reflects both of these things: warmth, protection, and food. These may seem to be insignificant when compared to the other, more lofty goals in life, but in reality, these basic needs have to be fulfilled in order for you to explore the higher potential of your life and spirit. Yep, Professor Sako. Yes. I mean, I knew that, but now his nickname. But that is now his new nickname. Yes. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs demonstrates this requirement. Maslow proposed a chain of needs, each rooted in the previous one. The hierarchy of needs demonstrates that fundamental physical requirements such as food, shelter, and protection are valid needs that must be addressed in order to create the security and energy required to pursue the other higher needs that Maslow outlined, such as creating an aesthetically pleasing environment or pursuing understanding of the self within the community. Maslow's theory isn't absolute, but it does provide a useful explanation for humanity's focus on the concept of hearth and home, and why it seems to be so ingrained in our cultures and psyches. Maslow's hierarchy is often expressed as a pyramid with basic or lower order needs at the bottom and higher order needs at the top. Right? Exactly. Precisely. Is that what you're doing? Are you homeschooling your daughter because COVID things, or what's up? Just fucking with the cat. Basic physical needs such as food and shelter. Right. Safety needs such as protection from the elements and a feeling of security from the unknown. Number 3, the need for love and belonging within a small social unit and a larger community, which is kind of I think because I feel less love in my family, in my direct family, I look for it elsewhere, right? So, no one likes you. Sending hugs to Al, sending strong and patient woo-woos. Don't sell yourself short, and be Webster. I think it's something that we non-witches can take to heart in terms of nurturing the home environment. I need to set up my nurture and love and nurture and the home game, you know. My fam don't even like me. Oh. Guess I should wash my hair today. All right, number 4, self-esteem needs, or confirming the sense of acceptance within the community, from which issues the sense of self-worth. Feeling called out. The need for understanding, again, from the community within which one operates. Number 6, aesthetic needs, or being able to manipulate one's environment in a desired way to reflect beauty or another value. Lights and tree, boots it on thing, all the things. Number 7, the need for self-actualization, which can be interpreted as self-improvement and feeling rewarded or satisfied by your life, as well as having the impetus to strive for more. And lastly, number 8, transcendence and peak experience, the culmination of the process of self-actualization and the ultimate spiritual escape from the material world, the absence of need. Hearthcraft tends to focus on securing and maintaining the basic needs. This is far from simplistic or primitive. Every person requires at least the first 2 needs of food and protection in order to survive. Hearthcraft is rooted in these primary needs, making it necessary and highly respected path. Without the assurance of these basic needs, you cannot go to explore more exalted paths or seek more challenging paths in life. In the end, the focal issues addressed in Hearthcraft are required by every person in some way, shape, or form. Excuse me. Knowing this, it is still hard to believe that there are people who dismiss the idea that anyone who works to maintain a secure and happy home is missing something or limiting themselves in some way. The casual dismissal of men or women who have chosen to follow a domestic-centered path as second-class citizens, for example, is shameful when one looks at cultural mores and stories that describe the woman as queen within her home, who managed and ordered and made sure the family had a safe, warm, secure, and successful base from which to operate, thereby maximizing their chances of success in their chosen paths. With basic needs met and accounted for, you can focus your energy on the higher, more spiritual needs, such as self-actualization and transcendence. Practicing Hearthcraft is an excellent method whereby confidence and self-esteem may be secured through answering basic needs. The more control you have over your energy and function of your home environment, the more likely you and your family are going to be relaxed and happy. When you are relaxed, There are few obstacles to divert the life-renewing energy flow through your life. Stress, anxiety, and fear commonly snarl up and divert the energy flow through your life. Keeping a welcoming, serene, and happy hearth maximizes your potential to create a successful life, resting upon the firm foundation built at the hearth in the spiritual heart of the home. Yes, I get this constantly. I'm more than proud to be a stay-at-home mom while working on my future in case the opportunity changes to one where I'm no longer possible to do so. Yeah. I don't see why. I think. Oh, hold on. That looked like it was about to give. The idea that being a stay-at-home mom isn't a job, I think, is preposterous. I think it is a full-time gig, absolutely. And as the book states, it's basically, the mom's duty, as it were, to create a space and create a situation where people can thrive. The people close to her can thrive. Which is a hard job. I crave more serene in my life. My kids are too little and crazy to have much serenity in this hearth. Definitely got it. Yeah, laughing at duty. Yeah. Duty. Yeah. All right. Kitchen witchcraft. There are many other traditions that possess an element of hearthcraft to them, but the most familiar of them is likely to be kitchen witchcraft. As previously mentioned, the two paths are differentiated by emphasizing the spiritual element found in the path of the house witch, as opposed to the more magic-based path of the kitchen witch. Serenity comes from within you, like finding your peace in the chaos of life. Yes, that is often the case. However, I do have to say it is hard to find serenity within yourself when you have, like, wee ones, like, doing the whole chaos thing around you. It is difficult. I have found it most convenient to create a place of peace for the kids and then and make that like a reward or a safe space for them to go where they can kind of like unwind and be creative and watch TV, take a nap, whatever they need. I use a blanket fort, right? So, yeah, happy pills. Mm-hmm. Speaking of happy pills, I called in my morning pills yesterday, and I still have not heard back. A kitchen witch is someone who practices magic through cooking, baking, and other kitchen-based activity. Patricia Telesco, arguably kitchen witchery's most visible practitioner, says in her book, A Kitchen Witch's Cookbook, which I think I have, since we all have to prepare food at one time or another, why not make the best possible use of that time in the kitchen? Serenity is elusive when you're being used as a human trampoline. Indeed. One of my favorite descriptions of children was hyperactive balls of nonsense. You are a saint. Looks like you've met my kids, yeah. Toddlers wake up and they choose violence. All right, the kitchen witch has good luck. The kitchen witch is also familiar for the use of her figure as a kitchen icon or a good luck charm. Regardless of the spiritual path followed by the family, many homes feature a small witch doll, usually a stride or broom, hanging somewhere in the kitchen. This little talisman is said to bring successful cooking and good luck to the residents and visitors of the kitchen. Perhaps more precisely, such dolls are said to guard against failed cooking or cooking disasters. German folklore has it that they guard specifically against dough failing to rise, milk curdling, and fallen cakes. The dolls are made of many different materials. Some are corn husk dolls, some have dried apples for heads, some are made entirely of fabric. The earliest appearances of these kitchen icons are in German and Scandinavian traditions. They wake up hangry, yeah. How's it going, Tawny? It's so good to see you. I'm glad you could make it. There are parallels to the kitchen witch doll. As a harvest custom, communities in Britain and Europe would tie together the last sheaf of wheat and keep it over the winter as good luck and protection. Sometimes the sheaf was draped with cloth or otherwise dressed and adorned. Other communities would weave the first or last stalks cut in the harvest into various shapes or of different sizes, including geometric shapes, pages, and animal forms. Confusingly, these were also called corn dollies, even when they were not in human form. The term dolly is thought to be derived from the word idol. These customs stemmed from the belief that the first or last stalks of wheat that were cut contained the spirit of the crop. By keeping the dolly in a place of honor and safety over the winter, the farmers would, in essence, be protecting the success of the next year's crops. The dolly was often plowed into the fields when the time came to prepare them for the spring planting, or it was burned after the harvest as an offering to the harvest deities. Sometimes the sheaf is referred to as the harvest queen, the corn mother, or the corn maiden, and there are a wide variety of shapes into which the stalks are woven, according to the local tradition. The art is still practiced today and is called both corn dolly plaiting and wheat weaving. Beautiful abstract shapes and designs are created, as well as figures and religious objects. If you wish to make your own protective kitchen witch icon, a craft detailing how to make a corn husk doll can be found in Chapter 10. Making a new one every year is certainly a possibility after disposing of the old one by burning or shredding it and mixing it with the compost or mulch. It's a nice tradition to link to Thanksgiving, the autumnal equinox, or any of the harvest festivals found in various religious calendars. It may also be tied into purification ritual, with the dismantling of the old, symbolizing the clearing of the accumulated negativity or stale energy, and the introduction of the new, symbolizing a fresh start. Chapter 2. Your home as a sacred space. They do wake up hangry. We used to have a kitchen witch in my parents' house, supposedly to avoid burning things, but it didn't work. Yeah. I used to make rag dolls with protection herbs wrapped in and pinned on them. Cool. Is there a reason why you stopped doing that? I am curious. Ooh. Stay. I'm here, I swear. It is important to remember that in Hearthcraft that the areas, actions, and times you hold sacred are not isolated from the everyday world. They are very much a part of it, and they lend their sanctity to what and who interacts with them. In other words, we are blessed by interacting with what we consider sacred. This is one of the most important precepts of home-based spirituality. By caring for and maintaining your home, you simultaneously enhance its sanctity while it touches and blesses you. I was homeless and moved too much at the time. May pick up doing it again, but that would be nice. I think that would be lovely. Hi, Nicole, popping in before going back into being a hermit. Thank you for your love. I know you're still detoxing, so we are honored by your presence. I've never had one, but I don't burn stuff. But I write out my plan of attack when I cook, so maybe that's why. Hi, Nicole. My dog is currently laying in my face and chest, as if to karmically remind me that inner peace is no match for toddler-esque energy. But when my roommate gets back, it might be helpful. He's a workaholic that forgets all the time, jacked up a good sauce pot. Happy to see you. Sending lots of love, Nicole. Yay. What does it mean to be sacred? Okay, time to homeschool. See you, Allie. Take it easy. We cannot save you, sadly, but we can root for you. Pretty sure I've read exactly the same ideas of home as sanctuary and sacred space in Catholic books. Oh, I love how this concept is so universal. What does it mean to be sacred? The central concept of the hearth and home-based spirituality puts forth that the home is sacred. But what does sacred really mean? Sacer, the Latin root of the term, means holy. The Oxford Dictionary defines sacred as connected with a deity and so deserving veneration or holy. Alternatively, it may mean religious rather than secular. In plainer terms, it means that if something is considered sacred, it is recognized as being touched by the realm of the gods in some way and is therefore something worthy of respect or honor. It is theoretically no longer of this world. It is set apart and revered or honored for this reason. Note that set apart does not mean isolated and worshipped. Instead, it means given honor within the context of the everyday world. Cheer up for the homeschool. exactly the same, like literally the same kinds of wording. That's really interesting. Sacred space, then, is a zone where you can touch the divine, communicate with it, interact with it, or be influenced by it in a way that is clearer or more easily perceived or felt than in other places. You generally recognize certain sites as sacred, sites of grave tragedy, such as Auschwitz, sites of great beauty, sites consecrated to a particular religion, such as Chartres Cathedral or the Taj Mahal. Sites that are historically significant, such as the peace treaties, where the peace treaties were signed, battles fought, and great people met. Sites of commemoration, such as cemeteries and burial grounds, and sites of ancient activities, such as Stonehenge. Part of the mystery of sacred space is how it is familiar, and yet we can sense there is something other about it. This tension is part of what we recognize when we sense the place or object is sacred. I wish I could divinely protect my kitchen equipment. Having a well-stocked kitchen is a blessing. You probably could. That is why I named my house. Giving it a name gave it a sacred heart. Usually I name my places of living, but I haven't named this place. I used to call it the Woods, but my husband tagged it as a business, so now it's on maps. Same, my roommates have ruined my knives. Boo. All my knives have a broke tip. Don't stab. I stab. My husband is to the point where most of our knives are hand washed. We do not put them in the dishwasher. Nicole, that's lovely. We had a name for our farm tied to family farm names as a kid. I feel like naming our Wi-Fi is the modern equivalent. Ooh. Giving it a sacred meaning name or tchotchke to solidify the sacred feeling. Yeah. It's very interesting. To consecrate something means to ritually designate it as sacred. While this action is found in many alternative spiritual paths as well as formal religions, it doesn't figure largely in hearthcraft. This is mainly due to the recognition that there is a touch of the sacred in all things, and the hearth is especially sacred due to its function. There is no need to formally consecrate the hearth because it is already sacred. A Wi-Fi has no name. That's funny. They also dishwashered all my knives. I have one I was trying to hide and it got dishwashered too. I like naming the Wi-Fi. I would name my Wi-Fi, but it doesn't like me doing that for some reason. I keep trying to change the name and it keeps reverting back to the auto-generated one. I think I might try again this month. Combating my roommates deters or diminishes my efforts. Yeah, they are not agreeable or don't care. I call my home House Gully, and no one else does. I can't wait to have my own place to name. I have no idea what to call this place. We have worked very hard at changing the karma that this place carried. Its spirit was wounded. It's very toxic. And my husband has been working very hard to change that vibe. I really only serve the house, but I'm always trying to convince the house it's appreciated. Does anyone else bless their home at New Year's? That's interesting. Is that a thing you do? Is bless the home at New Year's? Is that a Catholic practice? How about healing house? Oh, for this house? Healing house? I don't know, maybe. Absolutely. Any excuse to give my house props, especially spiritual cleansing holidays. I was trying to clean my space for New Year's. Are you Catholic, MB? Because MB is noticing a lot of similarities between this practice and Catholicism. So maybe there's a Catholic background. Were you once Catholic? Might be a question. Hate to run, but have to get things done. Much love to you all. Mwah. Talk to you later, sweetheart. Maybe. It's a Catholic thing. We bless with holy water or salt that's been blessed, or smoke. Here in the Czech Republic, they write KMB and then the year at Epiphany. And yes, I'm still Catholic. And you're in the Czech Republic. That's fascinating. The upside is in witchcraft, all salt is like, say, the salt is automatically holy, as it were, or blessed. Even more so if you charge it on your altar or something like that. Sorry, they write it in chalk on the door. Oh, to show it's been blessed. That's really fascinating. Bye, Ginny. Bye, Ginny. Bye, Ginny. Oh, Christine. I do a cleansing, warding, whatever. I do a deep clean. I haven't done it in a while. Right now would be a great time. Ooh. We had a conversation a while back how similar Catholicism and witchcraft are. There's a lot in common. I've mentioned this in the past, but I had a friend who is like staunchly Catholic, and she came to me with a problem, mostly that she was being visited by presences at night. They weren't malignant, but they were interfering with her ability to sleep. So I went in and did some witchy stuff and cleansed the house and set up guardians and all of that. So she and her husband both, they said they really respected the ritual that I was going through. That there were a lot of similarities between what I was doing and what a Catholic priest would do. The Catholic witchcraft overlap is very super interesting. I agree. do a big warding, cleansing, energy replacement at Samhain, and then again at Beltane. That's pretty sound practice. That sounds like an interesting conversation. I love the crossovers between many belief systems. I also love the Catholic witchcraft overlap. It also explains why, like backwoods witchcraft, like Appalachian conjure and that sort of thing, are Catholic or Christian based, and then has like Native American and witchcraft like undertones. I might try and give away that book to someone who might make more use out of it. The sanctity of home. You guard your home, you defend it from unwanted intruders, with spell bottles, personally, both physical and otherwise. You invest great amounts of money in it, whether you rent or own it. You decorate it in a way that soothes you or enlivens you or reflects you in some way. Inviting someone into your home is a great concession. It says, I trust you in some way. You trust a guest to behave well, to be considerate, and to appreciate the personal space that is yours. Between Catholics, witches, and the Danes, we probably keep the candle industry booming. Yeah. Cinerea. My father thinks that the cult that traumatized me when I was a young one might have been a Santeria cult. But the more I study Santeria, the less I believe that. I was traumatized by the church when I was a child. Yes. Respecting the home. The Japanese culture demonstrates how highly it respects the sanctity of home by having people remove their shoes before entering a dwelling, among other things. Especially if you're Shinto. Holy crap. It shows respect for the hosts by abstaining from ruining the floor covering, usually called a tatami. Yeah. Woven plant fiber like straw that is easily damaged by footwear, as well as avoiding tracking dirt into the home. Symbolically, removing the footwear also represents leaving the worries and problems experienced outside the door. To define the space between the outside world and the private space of a home, there is an entryway referred to as the genkan, where the footwear is removed and stored in a cupboard or shelf, divided into a series of cubes called a getabako. The genkan functions as a buffer between the sacred space of the private home and the uncontrolled outside world. So that would be like a foyer, right? The level of the actual living space is usually one step up from the entryway, and this step functions as another kind of buffer, requiring you to physically step up and away from both the outside world and the transitional area. There is an entire etiquette associated with the genkan and how shoes are removed and placed, and how to enter the home as well. Japan isn't the only culture to employ this custom. Parts of Korea, China, Indochina, and Southeast Asia also have customs involving the removal of footwear before entering sacred places. Now I'm going to have that Sublime song stuck in my head. Yeah. Central Europeans take off shoes too. It's like a firm rule of entering someone's house. We keep guest slippers on hand. Yep. That is a very In Japan, footwear is removed before entering shrines and temples and some restaurants. Many homes provide slippers for visitors to wear once they have removed their outdoor footwear. A different pair of slippers is worn in the bathroom and is not to be worn outside of it, further demonstrating how the different energies of the home are kept as separate as possible. Absolutely. Practice sangria, ain't got no crystal ball. All right, where's my... There it is. Thank you all for joining me for this particular getting into chapter 2 of House Witch. Just to give you a heads up, on January 8th, 9th, and 10th, that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be hosting some free witchy training on how to work with spirits. It's only going to be available for those 3 days only, so subscribe to my YouTube and to my mailing list. It would be wise. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. The flip side being the Discord, basically. Oh, hold on. If I had $1 million, I'd spend it all, yeah. Feels like a lot of shoe wearing. I'm barefoot everywhere I can get away with it. Yeah, me too. I think there is a practical reason for bathroom slippers too. In Japan, they have those toilet and the floor things. Depending on where in Japan you are, there's bound to be a little splatter. Sometimes. Korea is definitely that. China is definitely that. A lot of Japan has gone to the Western toilet. Thank you. That makes sense. Thank you very much. I will catch you guys on the flip side.